Welcome to the Profitpreneur Power Play podcast, your daily dose of strategies, insights, and action steps to grow your business and build your freedom. It's time to stop playing small and start making power plays.
Hello. Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the Profitpreneur Power Play podcast. Today, we are diving into how you actually organize your daily actions for success, because not all productivity tools are created equal, and not all steps that you may take throughout the day are the same as well. So, to guide us, we have the incredible Kim Ward, recognized by MSN as one of the top 10 influential entrepreneurs of 2025, and a 4-time best-selling author, a podcast host, and a Pinterest queen. And she's a business builder who can do it while still living life. And that's one of my favorite things, that she is an amazing wife, an amazing mom, and an amazing mentor and coach. So her topic today is DMO or bubble chart. I have no idea where we're going with this, but I can't wait to find out because Kim always brings it. So without further ado, let me bring her on out. Hey, Kim.
Oh my goodness. Good morning. Hey, Val. That's
Hey.
fun. That's so great. I love it. Keeping you on your toes is the highlight of my Monday mornings, just so you know.
Yes, I will be taking notes. I got to get ready, put my coffee down and pick my pen up.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. I am going to leave you to it. Enjoy.
Thank you, my friend. Valerie said something about still living life, still having that life as you're building your business. I'm going to be honest, many of us, I'm not going to say me, I'm not going to say us, many people still choose to be in that procrastination mode, still be in that stuck and frustrated mode. And so I thought about this topic, and it's going to feel a little elementary to some, but it may kind of bring those little nuggets of like, oh, I hadn't considered that yet. And that's why we do this, right? That's why we have community. That's why we have the Profitpreneur membership and community, so that you can lean into others who are doing the thing and say, what am I missing? What can I gain from this experience and from those who I choose to spend my time with? And so many people over the last, 2 years, more than ever, have come to me and said, where do you find your motivation? How do you stay motivated? And I sit here scratching my head going, is that a serious question? That was my knee-jerk reaction. But when I sit and I'm in, prayer time and my meditative time, and I reflect and say, okay, why are so many people asking that question? And that's what made me realize we need to have the conversation of having your DMO, which is short for daily method of operation. I've had some clients in the past say, hey, let's call it a DMA, a daily method of action. And that's great, but let's talk real talk today. Can we do that? Life is going to life. Life is going to hit you. And I was just sharing with Valerie in the green room before we started live streaming, just a little bit of personal information that happened with our family Friday afternoon. So it's been a very stressful, very emotional weekend and quite draining. And so this Monday, I'm dragging a little bit. I'm not going to lie, but that's never going to stop me, ever. Because where do you find the motivation? The bills got to get paid. You want to do charity work. You want to be a philanthropist. You want to do good in the world. You say that you want to help the people you want to help, right? And help them close the gaps from where they are to where they want to be. That means you got to show up. Good, bad, tired, indifferent, drained, unmotivated. You got to do it anyway. But I want to talk to the solopreneur that's like, hey, it's me, right? I'm not Coca-Cola. I'm not Amazon. I don't have a huge team behind me. It's me. So we're going to get into the nooks and crannies of your daily method of operation, which is your structured DMO. And that's where you look at, if you've got pen and paper, you've got the things that are telling you what to do in your business this week or today to stay on track. So I'm going to use a weekly example just to make this easy so you can see the 20,000 foot view of how the bubble chart theory and method comes in to provide still accountability, but also flexibility when life hits you. Okay. So let's talk about the DMO. This is where, if we were to sit down and structure your action steps in your business, where we're like, okay, we're going to do a Facebook Live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to release a new YouTube video every single Monday. We're going to email your list every Tuesday and Thursday. Let's be real here. You get a phone call, something unexpected happens. You get kicked down with a sickness, right? Someone breaks your heart. Life happens. So when that day comes, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, any day that ends in Y, and you're looking at your to-do list and you're just like, oh, I can't do it. I want to be in the Epsom salt bath. I want to be unplugged. I want to be left alone. I don't have the motivation. My tank is empty. I just can't do it today. So here's what happens. And I know this for a fact. At the end of the day, you're going to look back and be like, oh, didn't do it. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. How do you feel? Be honest. You feel like crap. You start to tell yourself just how crappy you are as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a marketer. You start to question everything about yourself. Should I do this? Maybe I should just go get a job. It's easier to work for someone else. Oh, if life is going to hit you as a business owner, how much easier do you think it is going to be when you have to show up accountable to someone else at the time that they tell you to be there? Right? So you go to bed, right? You lay your head on your pillow that night and you're thinking, wow, I really failed. I didn't show up. I didn't do it. I'm not cut out for this. And that subconscious mind is so powerful. It does not know the difference between reality and what you tell it to be true. I mean this. Have you ever had a dream? Maybe a not so great dream. Your spouse, your honey cheated on you in the dream. I'm not prophesying. I just know we've all been there. And you wake up and you are madder than a wet hen. And you're like, oh, I'm not talking to you today. And the other half is like, I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. But your brain's like, yes, he did. The subconscious is in control. It doesn't know the difference between reality and what you tell it to be true. That's why your thoughts and your words are so powerful. And when you talk to yourself like that and you're like, we're not cut out for this. I shouldn't do this. I'm no good. I'm not as good as that person. You go to bed with those thoughts playing over and over and over, just like those subliminal messages that we don't need in our head. So when you wake up the next morning, how are you going to feel? Straight up ready and motivated to start your day? Of course not. You just beat yourself up for 8 to 10 hours while you were sleeping, telling yourself what a big bag of crap you are, how you're unworthy, how you're not capable, how you shouldn't do this, how you should go work for someone else because you had life happen. Doesn't seem very fair. Stop treating yourself as a punching bag. So 5 years ago, I had a business coach say, hey, we're going to work through something called a bubble chart. Now, listen, you cannot be mad and say the word bubble. Do it, bubble. You just can't. You can't say it with an attitude. You can't be mad. You can't be mean. You can't be any of those things. Bubble. It's just happy. So I challenge you this week. This is why we're starting this conversation on Monday. Look at the things that you need to complete this week in your business to keep that needle moving forward, right? Your efforts are compounding. And when life happens and we choose, it's a choice not to show up and to take the foot off the gas pedal, it's harder to start. And that's why we're like, oh, okay. It's not okay. But what if we gave you permission to have some flexibility? So instead of having this scripted, structured DMO that says you have to, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do your Facebook Live. What if you said this week, I am committed to showing up to impact people by doing 3 Facebook Lives this week. And instead of putting yourself on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, you draw 3 bubbles. Say it, bubbles. 3 circles. So here's what happens. And you do this with all of your action steps, right? So if you want to email your list 3 days this week, make 3 bubbles. You want to upload 1 pillar video to YouTube, make your circle, make your bubble. And you do this with all of your action steps. You want to reach out to 20 people this week and say, hey, are you open to joining me in this amazing profitpreneur community? 20 bubbles. Watch what happens. So now when Monday comes up on you and you're like, oh, I had a rough weekend. I feel like I've been run over by a Mack truck. I'm all in my emotions today. I'm a little bit of a hot mess. I just can't do it today. You haven't earned a right to beat yourself up. Because you know what? Your bubble chart is looking at you saying, hey, boo, I hear you. You're human. Give yourself some grace. But I'm still your accountability friend. And even though you're getting some grace on a Monday, we still have 5 or 6, however you choose to work your work week. We still have 5 or 6 days this week to get these bubbles either checked off or colored in. And so you're realizing I can still be human, take the time and space that I need to, and still show up and get my action steps completed without having to beat myself up, without having to tell myself all the negative things that reinforces why I'm not where I want to be. And honestly, you haven't earned the right? You have not earned that right to beat yourself up like that. And if you need friends, if you need community, if you need mentors, this is the community that's going to help you in that time of need, in that season, to say, hey, you're so much better than that. Let's use your bubble chart maybe as training wheels or as a crutch in your time of need so that you have flexibility. You're still getting your things done, but it might not be as structured as the DMO. I hope this is making sense. So let me know in the comments, number 1, if you've ever structured a DMO for yourself. You don't have to throw yourself under the bus, and let me know if it's ever, you've ever derailed from it. But as you're hearing this conversation, how much more freeing and flexible can the bubble chart feel to say, hey, yes, you're human. Yes, you deserve some grace. And you got to get this stuff done by the end of the week. So make sure all the bubbles are filled in and you start showing up for yourself. And then you don't have to ask questions like, hey, Kim, hey, Valerie, hey, Bob, hey, Sunny, hey, Bree, where do you find your motivation? You're my motivation. That's the end of the story. So my challenge for you today is to create your bubble chart. And once you do, come into the community and share with us that you've created your bubble chart. And I'll check in with you next week. Our leaders in the community will love on you and ask you, how'd that work for you? Because like I shared with you in our previous messages, as have our other leaders, what's worked and what's not worked. And we get to tweak what's not working without the beating up, without the condemnation, so that we start to walk confidently and taking those action steps day after day, sometimes moment after moment, week after week, month after month, year after year. And I hope that helps you today, my friend. So that's your DMO versus your bubble chart. And the bubble chart has saved me so many times. Have a great week. Valerie, I can't wait to see if this is at all what you were thinking.
No, but that's a very, very good thing. I had no idea, so I was just open to whatever. But yeah, this was very helpful. Because I do get that too. You know, folks that, well, how do you stay motivated? How are you like so consistent with what you do? And I'm like, you think I'm consistent? Not the way I want to be. But you know, we have this perception of ourselves, and you know, what you may be seeing is probably something that nobody else is even paying attention to. And when you can just focus and you know, get done what needs to be done, even if it's just a small step that day, you know, you can walk away from that feeling accomplished, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I have had I have had a dream just like what you were talking about. And I'm all mad. And he's like, I didn't do nothing.
See?
And I'm like,
Yes.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's hard to do because your subconscious wants to fight back and be like, no, you were right. It's, you know,
Right.
so put the sword
Yeah, it
down
takes
on
a minute.
people.
But yeah, that's so it's so interesting, you know, how our subconscious minds work, and you know, getting everything into a good flow. And it doesn't have to be difficult, but I'll probably talk more about that later. So yeah, Kim, thank you so very much.
My pleasure.
Let's see. Okay, you guys. So with everything that Kim shared with you today, let's make sure that we're all up for that challenge. So that when we meet back with Kim next week, we'll be ready to go. And if you have any questions, of course, or you need anything, you can reach out to us wherever you found us. I know we're broadcasting in different places today. So inside the Profitpreneur membership, which is what Kim had kind of brushed on as well, in our community, we help you to choose the right tools and the right systems for your style so that you can stop spinning your wheels and you can start getting results that stick. So best part is you don't even need to pull out your wallet yet. You can start a 14-day trial right now, today, for free. And so whether you're doing, you know, working on your DMO, your bubble chart, or something in between, what matters is focusing on what works for you so that you can stick to that. All right. So thank you guys so much for spending time with us today. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow, same time.